Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful, Carter and Hope fix it plot with just a pen really. Bold and the Beautiful fans listened for Carter Walton to explain an intricate takeover to Hope Logan, but all the intrigue quickly drained out of the scene when he told her what it entails. Fans of this CBS soap learned this top fashion house falls under new leadership when Carter signs a document. But this means he is making a sneaky move against the Foresters. And Hope urges him to do so. So does BNB want fans to believe Hope and Carter can, and likely will, take over Forrester Creations, and all it takes is Ridge Forrester and Steffi Forrester signing this document? While oblivious to what it says so far, it sounds that way, but you can only assume there's more to this than meets the eye. Bold and the Beautiful takes Carter Walton Lawrence St. Victor loyalty and puts it out to pasture as he signs the LLC papers for FC. With his devious-sounding accomplice, Hope Logan Annika Noel, egging him on, fans have mixed feelings about this new storyline emerging. Carter talked a good game, but then he suddenly paused to ponder what this would do to Ridge Forrester Torsten K. That's when Hope stepped in to entice him. So, with her fury for Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes would likely driving her bus, she built Carter up as the man who has silently run the company all these years. But, she reminds him how little recognition he's received in return, just like the Logans. It looks like Hope Logan found the weapon to defeat Steffi Forrester at her own game. And that happens to be a revved-up Carter Walton, whose pen is mightier than the Forrester family's sword. The way Carter Walton barks orders in next week's Bold and the Beautiful previews, it looks like he's in charge. Steffi tells Carter that Hope is ABTH. But the clip is too fleeting to know its exact context. But, you get the feel for what is going on, and it is likely safe to say that it is not good. Next, it looks like sides form. Still, this plot sounds so lame to the Bold and the Beautiful fans. All Carter Walton has to do to take over control of a huge fashion house is swipe a piece of paper with a pen. Bold and the Beautiful has Carter already barking orders next week via the preview. Hope Logan pushes Carter Walton to sign the papers for this FC takeover. But instead, BNB fans suggest if she cares about him like she says she does, she should warn him against this possible career-destroying move. So, needless to say, tempers will likely be at an all-time high at Forrester Creations and chaos will probably follow. But Bold and the Beautiful fans find it hard to imagine that all Carter needs is his signature, along with the signature of two oblivious CEOs. Although, you might think this would be impossible to do in the real world. But that's not the case. The video above explains how this can happen in the corporate workplace. So, while it may seem like a soap opera taking liberties with reality, it's not all that far-fetched. That said, it looks like BNB might be headed in that direction. Carter Walton was putting his John Hancock on the document with the support of Hope Logan as Cliffhanger Friday rolled to a close. Bold and the Beautiful, Carter and Hope fix it plot with just a pen really. In the intricate world of the Bold and the Beautiful, nothing ever stays as simple as it first seems, especially when you have characters like Carter Walton and Hope Logan. Both have been woven into the complex narrative of love, betrayal, and ambition. Yet this time, it's not a series of heart-wrenching love triangles or passionate confrontations. Instead, a simple tool, a pen, is about to alter the course of many lives. For weeks, the tension has been mounting. Carter has been torn between his loyalty to the Forrester family and his growing feelings for the radiant Hope Logan. Meanwhile, Hope is dealing with her own personal turmoil. She's been navigating the pressures of being a successful businesswoman, a dedicated mother, and, most of all, a daughter trying to find her place within the ever-demanding Forrester empire. Their paths have crossed in the most unexpected ways, often forcing them to confront their desires, morals, and ambitions. The setup. Hope has been caught in a whirlwind of emotions lately, especially after realizing the depth of her connection with Carter. With her marriage to Liam facing its fair share of challenges, she's become vulnerable, unsure of the path ahead. On the other hand, Carter, who has always been the steady, loyal lawyer of Forrester Creations, is silently struggling with his own feelings toward Hope. Their flirtation has been more than just professional, it's been an emotional bond that neither of them fully understands yet. But despite the undercurrent of attraction, both have been trying to stay focused on their respective duties, Hope with her hope for the future line, and Carter with his role at Forrester Creations. It is, however, only a matter of time before their paths collide in a way that will shake the very foundation of their world. Enter a new chapter in their lives that will be forged not through grand gestures or explosive confrontations, but by a quiet, yet powerful moment involving a simple object, a pen. The plot twist, the pen that could save or destroy everything. It begins during a routine meeting at Forrester Creations. Hope is presenting some fresh designs for the Hope for the Future line. She's in her element, but there's a nervous energy in the air. With Liam growing increasingly distant, and her own insecurities creeping in, Hope isn't entirely sure where her focus should lie. She gazes down at her notebook, where her ideas are sketched out. The pen in her hand is one of those little things she doesn't think much of until it's her lifeline. Carter enters the room just as Hope is about to sign off on a crucial new contract that could solidify her position in the business. Their eyes meet for a brief moment, and an unspoken understanding passes between them. Carter, knowing full well how much this project means to Hope, steps forward. "I think that design could use a little tweak," he suggests. Hope looks at him, her gaze lingering for a second longer than necessary, before she hands him the pen. "Do you think it could be better?" she asks, a little too eagerly. There's something behind her question, something she isn't fully aware of yet, perhaps a yearning for approval or validation from him, or something deeper. Carter takes the pen, running it between his fingers as he studies the paper. He's the calm, collected professional, but the way he's holding that pen seems to change everything. "I don't think we need to change the design, Hope. I think you're overthinking it. Trust yourself. Just sign it," Carter says softly. She nods slowly, as if his words provide some kind of clarity. She reaches for the pen again, but instead of signing the contract, she hesitates. Hope looks at him again, sensing something more in Carter's tone than what the moment would normally suggest. Without a second thought, Hope turns the pen over in her hands and writes down a new direction, not for the business, but for her life. "I think I'll do it my way," she says quietly, a determined smile on her face. Carter watches, impressed. And yet, in that moment, a connection that neither of them anticipated forms. The simple act of Hope not letting herself be swayed by anyone else's opinion, even someone she respects as much as Carter, makes him see her in an entirely new light. His eyes shift from admiration to something more, something intense, but he doesn't voice it. Not yet. The aftermath, unintended consequences. In the aftermath of that quiet, yet monumental moment, Hope finds herself in uncharted territory. The decision she made wasn't just professional, it was personal. By asserting her autonomy and choosing her own path, she unknowingly altered the dynamic between her and Carter. The pen, now a symbol of empowerment, has shifted the balance of their relationship. They now see each other through new lenses. Hope, though proud of her decision, begins to wonder if there's something more to her feelings for Carter. Could this have been a sign after all? Carter has always been there for her, offering support and guidance, but the way he looked at her that day, it was different. More than admiration. Could he feel the same? Is it possible that the simple act of him holding that pen, offering his thoughts, and standing by her could lead to something greater? Meanwhile, Carter wrestles with his emotions. He had always known that he had feelings for Hope, but he never acted on them. He had made peace with his role as a loyal friend and professional, never crossing that line, but now, after seeing Hope so confident in her decision and so certain of who she is, Carter begins to question everything. Can he keep denying the feelings that have been simmering just below the surface, and if he doesn't act on them, what will happen to their connection? The showdown. Will Hope and Carter take the leap? As the days go by, Carter and Hope's interactions grow more charged. There are lingering glances, unspoken words, and moments that could easily go in any direction. The tension is undeniable. Both are aware that a line has been crossed, but neither is willing to fully acknowledge it yet. The day comes when they meet again, this time in Carter's office. He sits behind his desk, a pen in his hand, the same one from their earlier meeting. Hope walks in, her expression cautious but hopeful. They both know what's coming. The conversation will either be the end of their professional relationship or the beginning of something entirely new. Carter, Hope begins, her voice steady but soft, about that day when I took the pen from you. Carter looks up, his eyes dark and intense. Hope, you didn't need my permission. You never did. No, but you gave me something more than that. You gave me confidence in myself. And I need to know if that's what this is about. If what we're feeling is something real. The pen rests on the desk between them. It's no longer just an object, it's a symbol of everything that's changed. As Hope looks at Carter, she knows what she must do. The pen isn't just for signing contracts, it's for writing her own future. With a steady hand, Hope reaches for the pen once more, ready to rewrite the narrative of her life, and possibly, her heart. The bold future ahead. The boldness of Carter and Hope's connection now more than ever is embodied not in extravagant declarations, but in the quiet choices they make. With a simple pen, they've rewritten their stories. The future may be uncertain, but one thing is for sure, this is only the beginning of a chapter neither of them saw coming.